All right, Shreveport, Louisiana, get ready. We're going to get up on the good foot and do the bad thing one more time here at Sam's Town Hotel and Casino. And remember, we're live worldwide on BLK Prime. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, it will be 10 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBA NABA welterweight championship. At this time, please welcome your first fighter to the ring. Put your hands together for Sergio Mauricio Gil.
Back to the action here at Sam's Town Casino and Resort in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we turn to our co-main event of the evening. Gold is on the line here, the NABA welterweight championship, the vacant title on the line here between Sergio Mauricio Gil and Blake Franklin. Sergio Gil getting ready to make the walk right now. An orthodox boxer, 21 wins, 15 losses, 13 of those wins by way of knockout. Representing Boxing Club de la Bamba out of Argentina, 5'8", 146.1 pounds. He will have the same reach as his opponent, Blake Franklin. And this is a fight that has seen a couple of replacements for Franklin. Ultimately, Sergio Mauricio Gil stepping up to make his way to Shreveport, one of the top boxers in all of Argentina.
And now, Shreveport, Louisiana! Put your hands together for his opponent. Please welcome to the ring, Blake Franklin!
Here comes the hometown hero, Blake Trouble Franklin. 17 wins, 13 losses, 6 knockouts. He's representing the gym that he owns, Trouble Boxing Gym, right here in Shreveport, Louisiana. He checked in at 5'8", 145.5 pounds. He is the former WBF Intercontinental Champion, former WBF America's Champion, and the former NABF America Champion. And right now, he is the current UBO Continental Champion. It is Blake Trouble Franklin. And True, this is a guy that you know very well.
Yeah, I've trained extensively with Blake. I'm super excited for this fight. A lot of opponents falling through for this one, and I'm actually happy we settled on this one because this is probably the biggest competition out of all the prospective opponents he had lined up. So this is, I mean, this is a big strap. Nobody's getting handed this. This is going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it.
Blake soaking in the moment, got the walkout song ready to go, and he is nearly ready to go as well. And look, when you're doing it in front of these hometown fans, you got your friends, your family here, you want to soak the whole moment in, right? You want to feel it all, and here is Blake Franklin. Fans on their feet at Sam's Town, ready for this one, our co-main event. A strap on the line, a chance to leave here tonight a champion and do it in front of his friends and family. It is Blake Franklin. Blake making his way back into the ring once again in Shreveport. This time, trying to lead here with the NABA Welterweight Championship. Big fight of brewing. We are ready to go with our co-main here tonight at AKA Boxing.
Championship boxing action for the vacant WBA NABA welterweight championship. And now, introducing your first boxer, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is an orthodox boxer wearing white trunks with red trim. He comes to you tonight with a professional record of 21 wins, 15 defeats, 13 of those wins coming by way representing the Boxing Club de la Bamba. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in officially at 146.1 pounds. Fighting out of Santa Rosa, La Pampa, Argentina. Here is El Ruso, Sergio Mauricio Gil. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is an orthodox boxer, coming to you tonight with 17 wins, 13 defeats, 6 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He is representing Total Boxing of Shreveport, Louisiana. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 145.5 pounds. Fighting out of Shreveport, Louisiana.
Bruce McDonald back to referee this one. A title on the line here as the fans in Shreveport backing their hometown hero, Blake Franklin. Sergio Mauricio Gil trying to come up to America and pull the upset. The vacant WBA, NABA welterweight championship on the line right here, right now. We are ready to go with round number 1.
All right, we're seeing both fighters starting to establish their jab. Russo already putting a right hand behind it.
Yeah, Gil looking for that jab here early and often. Ooh, Gil may have caught Franklin right there, caught him with a right hand behind the ear. The last time we had Blake here at AKA, it took him a little bit to get going, but he really took over the fight as the fight progressed. Right now, looks like Gil maybe getting the better of this in the early stages. Gil letting it rip.
Yeah, Gil's definitely establishing round 1 here. He's keeping the range. He's kind of walking him around the ring. He's making the interactions happen where he wants them to happen.
Yeah, you're right. He talked about ring control earlier. He's doing a great job of that, backing Franklin up to the ring and letting it rip when he gets him there. Oh, another right hand from Gil.
Yeah, that right hand has landed clean several times already early in round
1. Blake's corner calling for the check hook. Gil over the top again with the right hand. Continues to find its home. Blake maybe a little wobbled after that.
That one landed fresh. Good answer back.
Yeah, great answer there for Franklin as he tries to get his bearings back.
I don't know that either Gil's being very patient or he doesn't smell the blood in the water. I mean, he's the one who threw the punch, so if it rocked him, he'd know. But from here, it looked like Franklin was a little wobbly there for a second.
It certainly did for a moment. Looks to be back to normal now.
But again, 10-round fight. Gil might just be playing it conservative and try not to go in for the kill. Wait a round or 2.
30 seconds left here in round number 1. Another good, strong jab from Gil. He backs it up with another. One thing about Blake, he's a really good counter puncher. But
yes,
right now, Gil's making it tough to counter some of these shots.
Yeah, doing a pretty consistent motion to his left side, walking right into the strong right hand of Gil. I think that's been part of the reason it's been finding a home so well.
Well, we saw the right hand from Sergio Mauricio Gil on full display in that first round. Here's a look at it on the replay.
And you see in all of these, Franklin's movement is actually towards the right hand of Gil, so it's just kind of helping it out just a little bit. That's, I think, was that the one that wobbled on?
He ate a couple big right hands in that first round. Definitely, you're right, though, he's circling into that power, and he's felt that power in the opening stage.
He's got a solid corner behind him. I'm assuming they're explaining that to him right now and get him to circling to the jab hand side of Gil just to kind of change things up a little bit. Can't eat too many more of those right hands.
You can see Gil, the confidence started really brimming there as that first round went on. He was walking Franklin down, mouth wide open, kind of feeling himself.
Gil was doing good right from the get-go about not just throwing jabs. He was putting a 1-2 out there right from the beginning.
Ready for round number 2.
All right, you can already see Franklin's moving towards the left.
Yep, you're right.
Let's see once the fire starts burning if he's going back to the right or not.
Blake's starting to let it fly a little bit here. Another right hand from Gil slipped through. Left hand from Blake.
Some good close shots.
Yeah, and that's one of his strong weapons, right? He's really got a good left hand.
If he can get away from Gil's right hand at range, that's proven very effective so far. It'll be a whole different looking fight. It looks like he's got to circle more to his right and get a lot more of that close action going.
Gil landed some good jabs during that sequence. They break apart clean.
Yeah, Blake was able to find his way inside there to throw some short punches, which seem to be the more effective ones for him. Gil's just doing a great job at keeping him at range, though. Gives him 1 or 2 inside, and then he's right back to range where he's able to throw his big right hands.
And it's so much tougher to counter when you're at range, too. Gil pushes him off as they break. Blake with the left hand off the top of the head. Now Franklin trying to string them together. And this is kind of what we saw the last time he fought. He was a little slow in that first round, but he really started to pick it up as the fight progressed. Both fighters looking for a big shot there. First time Gil throwing an uppercut. Final 10 seconds of round number 2. Good sportsmanship. 2 rounds in the book.
Yeah, that one minor adjustment made a big difference for just the quantity of right hands we were seeing land for Gil. Yeah. Franklin's doing a good job once it gets in close. Again, like you said, it's hard to counter at range. It looks like Gil's got him just a little bit on the reach. That right hand's finding so many homes. It's hard to counter that right hand when you're putting behind jabs like he's doing.
A better round, though, for Franklin for sure. Gil kind of dominated that first round. Blake had some moments there in round number 2. We saw Gil go to that jab a lot more in that round. That's because Blake's circling to that side, so he's sticking with the jab more than looking for the right hand. Argentina's best against one of Louisiana's best right here at AKA 47 live from Shreveport, Louisiana. See what kind of adjustments we have here in this third round. Right hand from Gil caught the ear.
Another right hand. A little acknowledgement from one of the strikes coming from Gil, so I think Franklin landed something on the inside there. Okay, couple good check hooks it looked like. Popping out a jab there for Franklin.
Blake coming forward, grabs a hold of Gil, they'll break.
Oh, big lead uppercut misses for Gil. He was picking up on Franklin, continuing to now move to his right side and tried to switch things up a little with that lead uppercut, but it did not find a home.
Going back to that jab, 4 straight, next 5, doubles up on it.
Good body shot, yeah.
I think you're going to have to see a little bit more of that from Blake. He's going to have to soften Gil up a little bit. Going back to it once again. Gil just out of range. The fans here in Shreveport trying to urge Blake Franklin on. Chance of trouble ringing here at Samstown.
Good jabs from Gil. Again, much different than what we saw early on from some of the undercard fights. This jab is point A, point B. Even when he's got his hands down by his hip, it's not coming up to his chin or chest to load the jab and give Blake any tells on the jab. He's just popping it at an up motion.
You see it right there, using it once again. Oh, wow. A good moment for both fighters, but Gil gets the last part of that exchange.
Little head clash there with Franklin coming in. Good body shot for Franklin.
3 rounds in the books.
I think that was Franklin's best round so far.
Yeah, I'd say so. He had some moments. Gil, the jab was really working there.
The jab was
round,
relentless from Gil.
Yeah, he was just relentless with it. There was that big, that was probably the biggest shot maybe of the entire fight so far. Blake wore it well, but I'll tell you what, Gil really popped him with that right hand there.
Yeah, Blake did good with going to the body a lot more in round 3. I think you're right. I think that is going to be his key to victory, if he can find one, is going to be going to the body a lot more often.
He's got to give Gil something different to think about, right? Just make him change those levels with his defense. And we saw that exchange. Both fighters got a piece of it, but it looked like Gil may have gotten the better of that exchange.
Yes. Well, even when both fighters land with in instances like that, the shorter fighter coming in has momentum behind him when he runs into the punch of his opponent. So even if they're both landing clean, the one aggressing in that situation seems to wear it a little harder than the other one.
Good counter left hand there from Blake. Franklin probing forward with the jab of his own.
I feel like Gil is visibly frustrated with the amount of clinching that's happening. over the course of a 10-round fight, I mean, maybe that's part of Franklin's game plan is to, I mean, get him flustered.
Couldn't tell from my angle if that left hand called its mark. The fans sure thought so.
Good little check hook from Franklin.
To the body, then back upstairs.
I think something in the last minute or so had to have landed for Franklin that has Gil kind of being just a little hesitant now. He felt something he would rather not feel again.
Halfway through round number 4. Once again in the clinch. Good stiff jab from Mauricio Gil. These guys displaying great sportsmanship out there.
Yeah, even visibly flustered like we commented on. Still has his wits about him. Still very much good sportsmanship coming from both fighters. A lot of fans want to think people see red and it's just, you know, it's just going to help them out. No, if you can get your opponent flustered, oh, good right hand from Gil.
Yes, it was. Stumbled Blake Franklin back just a bit. Another
good right hand. Couple of them.
Blake lands a right hand of his own. Oh, got him.
Good right hand wobbles Franklin. Gil knows it, and he's going in for the kill.
He really rocked him with that right hand. Blake stumbling around, trying to get his base back.
But he's still got some power behind his own punches coming back. He's doing a good job staying on the ropes, letting them help him stay up for now. 10 seconds to go in the round. Oh, he's answering back, but Gil is just getting the better of all of those exchanges. A little blood coming from the nose of Gil.
Both fighters really letting it fly at the end of round number 4. Some fireworks post 4th of July here in Shreveport. But that right hand was the big firework for Mauricio Gil in that 4th round.
I mean, we've been saying it since round 1. It's been landing clean. Franklin has a tendency to walk right towards the power hand, and he's throwing a little to the back of the head on that one, but that one was
really
clean.
Yeah, then he followed it up with a left as well.
Yeah, Gil's doing a great job keeping his composure. I mean, even with punches coming back at him, we've seen a couple good shots thrown from Franklin. He's not letting them phase him. He's not letting all the clinching phase him. He might look annoyed, but he's still being very calm, cool, and collected.
He looks pretty locked in right now. Certainly the optics between the two fighters a bit different at the moment.
Let's see if Franklin has his legs back under him after the end of last round. Good body shot from Gil. I think that's one of the first right hands to the body we've seen from Gil.
Yeah, he really hasn't gone there much, but he has capitalized when he's tried. Like Franklin ran into that jab and then just pulled Mauricio Gil down. I'll tell you what, Sergio seems like he's having a pretty good time out there. He's been laughing about a lot of it.
Couple good body shots from Franklin.
You know, there's been a lot of clinching, but there hasn't been a lot of clinch work.
Yes, it's. I mean, I think it's very much just part of that 10-round strategy of we're gonna do a little less than we'd otherwise have to at range this whole time. Oh, good left hand, looks like it wobbles Franklin. A right hand after that.
Blake firing back though.
A good exchange here from both fighters. Franklin seems to be motioning that he feels that one was to the back of his head as well.
Oh, that's a good one too right there from Gil. Pushing it back with the jab. Oh, Blake.
Good 3-2 combo from Franklin.
Yeah, one of the best shots of the fight so far from Blake Franklin. That gets the crowd riled up once again.
Again, Gil visibly annoyed with the amount of clinch work. I would like to see Franklin do some work out of the clinch while pushing off. The refs kind of letting them separate on their own.
Gil trying to show off the head movement. I think one of those landed for Franklin. Now Gil coming right back with the jab.
Two good jabs. Look like they both get through.
Yeah,
Three
that
for
second
Gil.
one slipped through perfectly.
That one with like the rear hook to the body for Franklin, that jab rear hook to the body combos, it works really well. I'd like to see him not go right in for the clinch after it.
30 seconds left here in round number 5. We approach the halfway mark.
Good right hand from Gil again. Stiff jab from Gil.
Five rounds in the book. It has been the Sergio Mauricio Gil show to this point. Franklin did have probably his best shots of the fight landed in that round, but he took some good ones as well.
Yeah, at the halfway point, Franklin's had some great moments, but they're bookend by great moments from Gil, so I don't know if they're leaving much of a mark in the eye of the judges.
There is a world in which all 5 rounds so far belong to Sergio Mauricio Gil. You can make an argument for 4-1.
Yeah.
I don't think Gil's lost more than 2, though, in my personal opinion, to this point.
Yeah.
Curious to see how the judges will tally it up at the end. But right now, we've got 5 rounds left for Blake Franklin to battle his way back in here and potentially finish this fight.
Gil demonstrated some great head movement in that last round several different times. You gotta wonder if the crowd, though, is maybe having an impact on the judges as well.
Sure.
Again, if the judge doesn't have the perfect angle, this noise behind us, when they're getting riled up, if you don't know if all those are landing or not, maybe it seems to you like they are.
Sure. Yeah, the crowd definitely emphatic whenever Trouble lands something. Right now he's trying to battle back to Gil. Oh, that check hook from Gil looked like it caught the mark.
Yeah, there was a good right hand landed by Franklin, and immediately a good left check hook from Gil coming back at him.
Another left right on the jaw.
He's doubling up on that jab now.
Both fighters exchanging jabs.
Yeah, Gil relentless with that jab. And that's part of the reason his right hand has been so effective, is that jab is also effective. It's just making windows of opportunity for him.
Franklin trying to attack the body, beats a jab in the process. Gil doubling up, tripling up on it. Gil's got to be careful there. I know he's got great head movement. He's done a good job so far, but he does kind of leave himself open there for Franklin to potentially land a big shot. Just over a minute to go in round number 6. McDonald warning him, no guillotines allowed in boxing. The crowd trying to will Blake Franklin back into this one.
That body shot, I think, has been Blake's most effective strike of the fight. I'd like to see him maybe not set those up more, but use that to set up more. Gil barely missing another right hand. That one looked like it connected.
Yeah, just clipped him, but he got a piece of him. Once again, Bruce McDonald having to break him up from the clinch. Inside, 15 seconds to go. Nice right hand from Blake. Six rounds gone, 4 remaining here in our co-main event. Some better moments for Blake in that 6th round.
Agreed. Yeah, I think we need to see a lot more following up after that right hand to the body that Blake's been able to land several times throughout the fight. He keeps landing that right hand and it's right into a clinch. I think he wants to capitalize on that. If he wants to capitalize on that, he needs to follow up with that, get that left hand back involved, an uppercut or a hook, something, especially when Gil knows that clinch is coming and is so visibly letting it happen and just showing a frustrated face. All right, let him show a frustrated face and meet him with a different outcome this time. Gil's doing a lot of mouth breathing in that last round. I know he's bleeding a little from his nose, so he might be feeling that. He doesn't look like he's too fatigued overall. That jab has not relented in 6 rounds.
No, he honestly looks like he's in the zone. He appears to be really locked in out there, but it is something to keep an eye on as we approach the later stages of this one. Who has more left in the tank? Blake swinging for the fences, comes up empty. Nice jab from Blake.
Couple little body shots in there for Franklin. They keep breaking on their own. The ref's not separating them, and nobody's putting punches there. That's not a safe time. We're not touching gloves, separating, and getting back to the action. Like, and the ref's not stepping in, they both need to be acting like they're going for the kill.
Well, and especially when you haven't been doing that, you catch them off guard potentially, right? Use it to your advantage.
Good head movement from Gil, just barely out of the way of that one. Little inside shot from Franklin, one of the only ones to the front in the clinch we've seen.
They break it apart themselves once again.
Right back on the jab is Gil. 1-2. Good body shot from Gil.
He hasn't gone to the body much, but it's been there when he's looked that way.
Yes. Franklin going back to circling to the strong hand of Gil.
You know, we've talked so much about Gil's jab. I mean, it's one thing Blake really has not been able to get going in this fight is his own jab.
Yes.
Oh, that's a nice left hand from Blake there. Gil answers right back.
I can tell you from personal experience, Franklin has a good jab and a quick one.
Yeah.
He's just slightly outgunned here by Gil.
We've seen him use it well in the past. Mauricio Gil has shut it down for the most part, though. Ooh, Gil looking for a big attempt. Yeah. Franklin walks into that one.
Good jab to Franklin.
The fans trying to get Blake into this.
Good right hand for Gil lands. 1-2 lands for Gil.
Another nice moment for Sergio Mauricio Gil. Maybe putting a stamp on this round. Another round in the books. Still a smile on the face of Sergio Mauricio Gil. He's certainly the fighter having more fun out there right now. I mean, I know he's a little frustrated with the clinch, but the optics of him have been really good all night. Obviously, the punches being landed and everything looked good as well, but he just feels like he's really in this fight. Another look at our replays. There's a good jab from Franklin, trying to double up on it. A look into the corner of Sergio Mauricio Gil. Argentina, one of the better Argentinian boxers in the world, and he is certainly putting it on display here tonight. Well out in front right now, one would think. If you're Blake, you may have to just go for broke at some point. You know, throw caution to the wind, send a couple, because you're definitely behind on the scorecards at this point. Another good jab right to the forehead.
Big swing and a miss for Blake.
There it was. That's Blake trying to find a kill shot of his own. And I honestly expect to see more of that from Trouble here as this fight progresses.
We almost want to see more of that from him. It shows that he has that desire to get that knockout win.
Yep.
We've seen a couple fights tonight where guys needed that knockout win and just never went for it. I'd rather see him miss in big fashion, showing he's throwing big punches.
Got to go for the kill. Needs a big shot to put himself back into this one or end it.
Another big right hand lands for Gil.
You got to give Blake some credit for still standing after eating that one.
He ate that one, and it didn't even seem to wobble him.
He ate it well, but it was certainly a huge blow from the right hand of Sergio Mauricio Gil.
Got to give credit to Franklin's corner for keeping the swelling down from his left eye. I mean, we've seen dozens of overhand rights land for Gil, and his eye is not swollen or even close to swollen shut. And we're 8 rounds into this. Another right hand for Gil.
Yeah, you're right. Franklin's wearing the damage well, but he has certainly sustained it. And now as we approach these final minutes of round number 8, you got to start wondering about the gas tank. Who's got more energy left to give?
Right hand for Gil, answered right back with a right hand from Trouble.
One of the better right hands that Blake Franklin has landed in this fight. Bruce McDonald breaks them apart. Had a word from Mauricio Gil.
So the referee has commented to both fighters a couple times throughout the fight that they need to keep their head up. The written rules state it's got to stay above your opponent's navel, which looks a little different for everyone, but we've all seen those. Clean shot lands. Franklin takes a knee.
Big shot from Sergio Mauricio Gil. Drops Blake Franklin the first time he's touched the canvas tonight. Comes here at the end of round number 8.
He's back up at the bell.
Mauricio Gil pretty fired up after the end of that round. He can see the finish line now. Oh, I mean, there was a couple right hands in that round. We just saw Blake eat that one right there. Wore that one well. Did not handle the one at the end of the round. Much better, though. Any better, I should say.
Yeah, that one. Yep. Clean 2 right to the temple. You saw it wobble him. And again, I mean, you can tell he was in a little agony there on the canvas, but he probably could have fought for it and stay on his feet. He made the right choice to go down for it.
And that is, so his cut woman is?
Yes, Emily Dunn. Yep. She is also a combat sports manager. She manages me professionally as well. Okay. So, and she is doing a heck of a job in the corner, keeping Blake in the fight, letting him have the chance to finish this on his own.
Giving him a chance to find some magic here potentially in the last 2 rounds. But it has been all Sergio Mauricio Gil. There's Blake Franklin fighting back.
The fans cheering him on. He's definitely not out of this fight. A little slip going there. Let's see what the referee's calling it a slip. Franklin's up. Right back into the action. Oh, good 2 lands for Franklin. Another good right hand.
Gil back on that jab.
Gil has just been methodical with just pumping that jab out there, and good, I mean, right between a good cross and a good overhand, just a nice short right hand punch. I mean, that's been the plot for the whole fight thus far, 8.5 rounds in.
The game plan for Gil certainly has not changed. He has been meticulous and methodical with it.
Another good right hand finds a home.
Franklin firing back to the left. Halfway gone here in round number 9 of 10. The NABA Welterweight Championship on the line. Gil shakes his head, come on.
Franklin clearly still has some left in the tank. Being that it is a 10-round fight, his only hope being a knockout at this point, just the fatigue factor. If he gets a knockdown, he might be able to make something count, but right now he's eaten as many as he's given out.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing. He hasn't been able to sustain any momentum. Anytime he gets something going, Mauricio's right there with the answer.
Yeah, great moments throughout all 8.5 rounds so far, but none so maintained to give him a whole round that I've noted.
There was another big shot eaten in there by Franklin a moment ago. Gil continuing to push forward.
Another 1-2 from Gil.
That one pushes him back, yeah.
Looked like it landed a little more on the chest, but it definitely had something behind it.
Final 10 seconds of round number 9. Franklin back into the clinch. Nine rounds in the book. 3 minutes left to decide a winner and find out who's going to go home with the gold strapped around their waist. Sergio Mauricio Gil feeling pretty dang good about it right now.
Yeah, he's I wouldn't call it showboating, but he's a little prematurely celebrating in his corner. I mean, with 1 round to go, he thinks he's done enough so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that he's needed to do so far in this fight. I mean, he's finding a mark for that right hand. He lives behind that jab. And I mean, if you're Blake Franklin, it's never too late, right? Miracles happen. That's the reason we fight 10 rounds. It's the reason we love sports, right? Yeah. That comeback moment, that moment that you'll remember forever. A chance for him to come up with that in the final 3 minutes. But it is a tough task against Sergio Mauricio Gil.
Yeah, we've seen nothing has changed, nothing has had to change from Gil from round 1 now into round 10. We need to see more of the same for swinging for the fences from Franklin in this round. He's just got to hope he lands more of them.
He's got to send it. And there it is, trying to let it fly. Gil swinging for the fences as well.
Clean right hand right over the top lands. Franklin's down hard.
That's going to spell the end of this one, I believe. Yes, it is.
And the ref waves it off.
So Sergio Mauricio Gil in round number 10 finishes Blake Franklin in front of the hometown fans. And Gil will be taking the NABA Welterweight Championship back to Argentina as he is victorious with the knockout. And once again, it was a right hand. Caught him right there with a right. We're going to catch him with a big one here in just a moment.
And right at the end of one of Franklin's own punches, so it was one of the very few counter right hands we've seen from Gil, and it landed flush. Franklin's got his legs back under him already.
Good sportsmanship from Blake and Sergio. They showed great sportsmanship the entire time. Hats off to Blake Franklin for stepping up and putting on a show here in front of the hometown fans. But Sergio was just a little bit too much here tonight. There's Larry Maxon one of the cut men here tonight. Always does a great job helping us out at AKA. Also one of the matchmakers for this as well. I mean, Larry, he does so much, he wears so many different hats. We certainly do appreciate all the effort that he puts in as he has a moment there with Sergio Gil. What a feeling, though, right, to walk out as a champion. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Especially against a very hostile crowd at the beginning where, I mean, the room just erupted for Franklin. So he knew what he was walking into, and there ain't nobody booing that victory right now. So that was a heck of a performance he put on.
Yeah, and yesterday in the press conference, Sergio said didn't bother him at all to be walking into hostile territory. In a way, he kind of savored that, right? I think when you go into enemy grounds, it either makes you or breaks you. And it looks like it helped make Sergio Mauricio Gil here tonight. And we will turn it back over to Dynamite for your results.
Gentlemen, our referee has called a stoppage to the action at 27 seconds in the 10th and final round, declaring your winner by way of TKO and new WBA NABA welterweight champion, Sergio Mauricio Gil.
Ay, esta es la tecla M para la selección.
What a moment there for Sergio Mauricio Gil. You can see the elation as the belt was wrapped around his waist. And look, I mean, when you play any sport, it doesn't matter what you're playing. You dream of that moment of being a champion, becoming a champion. And right now, Sergio Mauricio Gil is living that dream here tonight.
Yeah, he was super composed through all 10 rounds of that. And he's wearing a lot of emotion on his face now, just his whole body language. Like this was a big moment for him in his career.
And again, hats off to Blake Franklin. Really put in the energy and effort into this one. I saw him take the gloves off. We'll see if there's anything more to happen, and indeed it will. Blake Franklin has just
Ladies
laid
and
the gloves
gentlemen,
down.
Not to take anything away from our newly crowned champion, but in a symbolic gesture, Shreveport's very own Blake "Trouble" Franklin has left the gloves in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, after a stellar career and passing on his knowledge of the sweet science to so many of his students here in Shreveport, Louisiana, at this time, please join me in giving Blake "Trouble" Franklin one final farewell. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen.
Real quick, I just want to say thank you to my family, friends, fiance, everybody, for coming out. This was the best. If I could pick any way to go out, this would be it, other than getting my hand raised. I want to thank everybody in my corner, everybody that helped train me, the commission, Amber Bishop and John. This wouldn't be possible without y'all. James Johnson for sitting there and pushing me. I just got caught in the first round and I never recovered. I'm sorry for disappointing y'all, but 9 months ago when I came out of retirement, I had a goal, and tonight I fell just a little bit short. And I promised my family, I promised everyone that if this is what happened, this is what I would do, and I'm a man of my word. Now it's time to concentrate on what's important. That's my family and the kids I train. So for 31 years, Shreveport Bossier supported me like none other. And I want to thank the mayor and Mrs. Arsenault. And This is not the way I wanted it to go out, but it's time. I couldn't get my timing, and I put in all the effort. But to my family, friends, and everyone else, my dad, Charlton Young, Ray Paxton, James Johnson, everybody that's ever trained me. But right now, the WBA, Michael Reyes, everybody who got me this shot, I really appreciate it. That's it. Thank y'all so very much. Anybody that wants pictures or anything, let me go lick my wounds for a second. I'd love to say hi to everybody. So thank y'all so much. Thank y'all very much.
A very classy moment there from Blake Franklin as he lays.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cowboy rides off into the sunset. Let's give it up one more time